All right, welcome, Loan Factory officers. Today, we are going to build your AI twin. Now, this is a custom tool, and it's designed for just one thing, to accelerate your mortgage production. So let's forget all the generic hype. This is a very practical guide to creating an assistant that works just as hard as you do. So I want you to just stop and think about last week for a second. How many hours did you actually lose rewriting the same email over and over? How much of your energy was just wasted on admin tasks? That's the grind we're here to eliminate. It's time to move from all that manual effort to some real intelligent automation. So to get there, we're going to move through 5 quick sections. First, we'll define what this AI twin even is, then we'll walk through the build step by step. We'll also cover the common mistakes to avoid, how to test and refine your tool, and then finally, we'll look at the direct impact this is going to have on your production. So, let's start with what this thing actually is. Okay, first, let's be really clear about something. The tool we're building, your AI twin, is worlds apart from just some public chatbot you might have used. I want you to think of it less like a search engine and more like a highly trained, specialist member of your team. So, what is a custom AI twin? Well, you can think of it as an AI that has a permanent job description. It operates with what are called persistent instructions, which means it never, ever forgets your rules. It learns from a dedicated knowledge base, that's your documents, not the entire internet, and it maintains a very specific persona, which lets it execute your repeatable tasks with perfect consistency every single time. And this is where the difference becomes absolutely critical for our industry. A generic AI is stateless. It has zero memory, and it's really just guessing the next most likely word. Your custom twin, on the other hand, is deterministic. Now, what that means is the same input gives you the exact same output every single time. It's grounded in your documents for context, and it operates within the specific compliance guardrails that you set. And that right there is why this matters so much. In our industry, maybe is basically a 4-letter word. Regulators demand determinism. We need auditable, repeatable outputs for everything we do. And this is what elevates AI from just a clever novelty into an essential professional tool. All right, let's get into the core of it, the step-by-step build. This is where we actually craft your AI production assistant. So follow along and let's build this thing together. It's a really straightforward 5-step process. You'll create the gem, you'll define its persona, you write the instructions, upload your knowledge files, and then finally, you test and save. So, let's break down the most critical parts of this process right now. Look, getting the instructions right is everything, and the best way to do it is with this 4 pillars framework. Think of it this way. First, persona. Who is the AI? You got to give it a job title. Second, task. What's its specific goal? Third is context. What are the rules of the road? And fourth, format. How do you want the output delivered? This structure, this is your key to getting predictable, professional results. Now, telling the AI what not to do is just as important as telling it what to do. You have to build your compliance guardrails right into its core instructions. For example, you want to prohibit phrases like, I think, that create uncertainty, ban casual language, and of course, any wording that could even imply discrimination or guarantee an outcome. This is proactive risk management baked right into the system. And here's a super simple but absolutely critical detail. Copy and paste your full official Loan Factory email signature directly into the instructions. This guarantees every single draft it creates is perfectly branded, includes all your licensing info, and is 100% compliant right out of the box. Don't skip this. Okay, let's talk about knowledge. This is what makes your AI twin a true expert. You can upload up to 3,000 documents to serve as its brain. Just imagine that for a second. The entire Fannie Mae selling guide, Freddie Mac guidelines, all your specific lender overlays, all of it instantly searchable with a simple question. No more hunting through PDFs. This is how you build your own personal guideline guru. Okay, so you know the steps to build it. Now let's talk about how to build it right. This is all about avoiding those simple mistakes that can turn a really powerful asset into a potential liability. The mistakes are usually really simple, but their impact can be huge. For instance, skipping the persona gives you an inconsistent tone. Vague instructions get you generic, pretty much useless results. And forgetting the details, like the compliance rules, the knowledge docs, that email signature, that's a rookie error. These are the things that really separate a professional production tool from just a frustrating gadget.
This quote, it really says it all, doesn't it? Plugging a generic public AI into a regulated workflow is a complete compliance nightmare. Your custom-built twin is the exact opposite of that. It's a closed, auditable system that you control, and it's built specifically for production.
Now, building the tool is just the first step. The real magic happens in the testing and refinement. This is how you actually train the AI to adopt your voice, your tone, and your style, so it truly sounds like an extension of you.
So to get it right, you have to run it through real-world scenarios. And I recommend 3 mandatory tests for every single loan officer. First, have it draft a follow-up email to a borrower. Second, a positioning email to a realtor. And third, and this is the most important one, have it rewrite a complex underwriting condition in plain English.
So let's focus on that third test, because it is a game changer. Here's a typical underwriting condition, just full of our industry's jargon and acronyms, right? To us, it makes sense. But to a borrower, it's confusing, it's intimidating, and you know what? That confusion causes delays. Now look at this. Look at what a well-trained AI twin can do. It literally becomes a condition translator, turning that jargon into a simple, actionable request. I'm telling you, this one function alone will dramatically reduce friction, it'll speed up your doc collection, and it will completely change the borrower's experience for the better. So let's bring this all home. What is the real-world impact on your production? I mean, how does this tool actually help you close more loans faster? Well, the benefits hit every single part of your business. Of course, there's speed by automating all those repetitive tasks. There's consistency, ensuring every single communication is perfect. There's scalability, which lets you handle more volume without dropping the ball. And critically, there's risk reduction with compliance built right into every action it takes. And look, this isn't just theory. The data here is undeniable. Lenders with high automation see a 40% reduction in loan defects. Rocket Mortgage used this kind of tech to cut their closing times by 25%. And the data shows you can save over 7 hours of manual work on every single file. These are real, quantifiable gains you can put right back into your business. If you remember one thing from today, I want it to be this. Your AI twin does not replace your judgment. It accelerates your execution. It is a controlled system that takes your knowledge and your rules and executes the admin work with perfect precision. This frees you up to do what actually matters, advising your clients and building your business. So, what's next? Well, the path forward is simple. Build your first gem. Refine it until it sounds exactly like you. And then integrate it into your daily workflow. This is how you stop working harder and start working smarter. This is how you build the future of your business. Thank you for your time.